It's probably running now since before 2019. The idea was the development of the teams across all codes, underage structures coming through, and a lot of players. So we've only the one pitch, and we normally use the Loretto or University or even St Joe's at that stage. But to try and consolidate all on one site, we decided to try and go for the funding. We were successful in 2019 for gaining this money. However, COVID kicked in and all plans across the country came to an end. So we had a small amendment to make on the plans, so we had to go back to the council for approval. We've been dealing with them since really August last year. Eventually the letter came in this week for the approval for the grant. So it's all action go. When I had to go to Derry Council and our Derry County Board and Ulster Council to get their approval, I think it'll be April, May before their next development meeting is. But we have a lot of work to do in the meantime to get our own things in order, to get the funding in order and get the plans and tenders and specifications and all out. So we hope to try and get to work on site in July. The plan is to get the whole work done and dusted and finished by the end of March 2023.
How important is it to find the next Ryan McGeough or the next player?
I'm still one of the young boys. I'm lucky I'm one of the young players that are going to benefit from this new pitch in the years to come. It's great. I mean, the club membership has been growing massively now. We're up about 40% in the underage players in the last 2 years. Richard Carey has been one of the big driving forces since he retired, and that he's out with the under sixes every Saturday morning, and we've over 100 kids there, which for us has never happened before. We've never been near those numbers. So when you see that carnage here on a Saturday morning, and then you see other teams trying to train at the same time, you know, the need for a second pitch is massive. You know, we have 20 teams in action. We're a dual club. You know, we play camogie, we play hurling, we play women's, men's football. So I mean, across the 4 codes, to try and do it in one pitch has been tough. It's been a challenge. We've been lucky with the university there in Loretto and things like that, but I mean, nothing beats playing at home. But the space of 16 years, we'll have gone from playing on bogs at the university down beside the river to having 2 pitches, a clubhouse, and obviously the senior teams have progressed in that time. We've had a good few days out, you know, and hopefully, please God, there'll be more days to come.
So a big request now to all club members and all associated with the club. We're calling for a few pounds from you this year, so hopefully we'll be very generous.
We're lucky we've got rich retirees like Brian here about the club with deep pockets here. They're going to be more than willing to dig deep in the next year. I'd like to know the previous committee. There's a big change in the committee about a year ago. The 3 office bearers stepped down. So Jerry, Kevin and Paul all stepped down, but they started this process, and they probably did. We're coming in now and taking all the glory at the end, which is fantastic for us. But they're the ones who did all the work. You know, most of the percentage of the work. So I mean, I think acknowledgement to them is and all the committee. You know, there's been a lot of people in the club who've put in a lot of time and effort into getting us this far, and thank God we've got over. Hopefully, please God, we've got over the line, and we'll be starting building soon.
And of course, I'd like to thank the coach and Glen for our council. They've been very helpful in this whole process. Thank you very much for a very generous grant.